Okay, here we are on a race with the Bahamian team in which we will discuss different parts of the upwind, starting with the start and then the first upwind tactics, strategy. We'll talk about ley lines, we'll talk about the current, we'll talk about controlling the other boats, how to position your boat on the fleet, how to duck boats, good maneuvering, a lot of things to talk, so pay attention. So this is maybe 1 minute to start. We can see here already some boats staying close to the committee buoy, and we can already tell that the fleet is being pushed by current. So there's a little bit of current pushing us backwards. You can see, for example, Jude here that he's moving fast backwards. We see Finley and Sienna over here trying to hold their boat on the committee. And this is the first thing we can talk about, right? How packed first the committee looks like, and how slowly it starts to clear. At the same time, it's nice to see here the difference in boat handling between Patrick and Sienna, the way they work on the boat. Finley and Sienna. Finley being way more aggressive, and Sienna, as you can see now, with her knees on the boat, which is not good at all. Here you can see how she's moving backwards. So you can see how she was here next to Finley, and because she could not control her boat, she moved backwards. Now, how to control your boat in this situation? The one who's having a rough time is Finley, because he cannot move to leeward because of Patrick, and he could not tack because of Sienna. So what Sienna should have done in this situation is to make tack and double tack, because all this area is free for her to go. So staying into the wind like she did and moving backwards is not exactly what you should do. You can see here Finley doing some quite good boat handling control technique, but this is a key part. We can now see how much distance there is in between him and the buoy over here, right? And how little distance there is in between him and Patrick over here. So he is very close to Patrick, and all the wind that enters Patrick's sail will end up slowing him down, and he will have to tack. He's not on a position with control. So before getting so close, in this moment in which he is pointing down and now doing that movement to go up to get a bit of separation between him and Patrick, this is the moment in which you need to do a double tack. If you can make a double tack over here, you're gonna be able to get more meters in between you and Patrick, especially when there's no one next to the committee. So look where Sienna finished, and look how later Finley ends up being too close to Patrick and he has to tack. We can see in the moment of start how Sienna, that she quit her position being here in the committee, she went all the way below and started on a second line, super covered by these three boats, covered by these boats also because she's also getting dirty air from Katie, when there was no one in here. So first mistake from everyone, all these boats, is not realizing that because of the current, there's always room in the last 10 seconds in the committee. So what any of you should have done is just come from here and start on time right next to the buoy. The one who did this would be the one who win the race. And especially because of where the upwind mark is, you can think about that right now, but we will see that once we reach the upwind mark. So let's talk a little bit about the rest of the boats now here. We have Cayman, Jude, Katie, and Sienna, and we have also these three boats over here that, as you can see right now, they are over the line. So let's try to go with them a little bit and how they position themselves. So the first thing we can see Jude here a little bit below the line. We can see Matthew here going below the line and finding a spot on the pennant. Let's talk a little bit about the boats in the pennant. You will see on the next tutorial that I will upload is that whenever the current is so strong, and you can see that by having a pin that is being so tight going backwards, right? And by noticing that the current is pushing you backwards, you can see that here we have what is called the death triangle. This is a place in which if you start here, you will be either pushed to be over, because if you're not over, you're gonna get stuck against the buoy, or push against the buoy. So the death triangle is a place that you need to avoid. And the death triangle exists when there is current pushing you backwards like now. We can see here Eliza that she's moving backwards without good board handling. Look at the weight her boat tacks. Really slow tack because of poor board handling. You can see Cayman here holding his position against Craig. You can see the moment in which Matthew gets over and the moment in which everybody, that's the moment of the start. MJ looking backwards in the worst moment of all, but you can see how these boats, they shoot too soon, they enter the death triangle too soon, and that's why they were over. The moment that they start accelerating, they got into a death triangle like now. The moment that MJ starts accelerating, pushing the whole group here over the line, they get into a death triangle. She has no possibility of pointing down. She's looking backwards in this moment, which I wonder why. And she ends up being over the line. Now, let's look at this picture again. There's a lot of room in between Finley and the buoy. And also, there's a lot of room in between Joshua and Craig. Right? So, with good board handling, you can create yourself room to leeward. So then you're able to sail and continue. With good board handling, you can hold your place in the line. You should have made a double tack here, right? And you can able to tack fast. So we talked about the death triangle now. Now let's see what happened with this board over here. That was 5 seconds before. He looked like he was in a good position. What happened with Cayman? So Cayman is a little bit before. Cayman is controlling the line very good right now. This is Cayman. Controlling Craig very good right now. And this is the main thing, controlling the boat on windward, the same way that Joshua is doing. Controlling your boat to windward. He's doing that right now. But now, okay. Now he chooses to accelerate. And this is the key part, Cayman, if you're listening. You choose to accelerate on the line, maybe afraid of being over, but going into a position that if you start here, you're gonna be dead covered by these boats over there. So what you should have done is stay as close as you can to Craig. Point up, force Craig to be over if he's getting too close to you, but point up, and never lose the separation between you and MJ. Now, you may be afraid of being over, and it's yes, I agree. You are afraid of being over, and that's like, you don't want to be over. But at the same time, look at the guy that is here in the pin. He could never see you. Why? Because there's a sail from MJ, there's a sail from Sienna, and there's a sail from Matthew blocking his view. So fight against the boat on windward. Okay, fight against the boat on windward, and defend your position so you have the chance to start with clear air away from MJ. The same way that Craig did, but the same that I tell him to Craig. In this moment, Craig, instead of getting crazy about accelerating, you should have waited and stay close to Joshua, like Josh is doing to Patrick. You see, you're sailing fast. Look at this moment. You're sailing fast, and you're sailing straight to the stern of MJ. And okay, she will be over, but the first 5 seconds of the race, that she's not coming back, you're sailing slow. And that's the reason why you won't cross in front of Joshua. Look, see? You put yourself right behind MJ. So it would have been much better to start here, even if it's a few boat lengths below, but it would have been much better to start here with all this room in between you and MJ, because now you are so close to MJ, and MJ is pointing up because she's on the death triangle, because these two guys are pointing up, that you are in 2 seconds gonna be 1 or 2 boat lengths behind Joshua. Look how slow you are. Slow, slow, slow. They're pushing you up. Slow, slow. You're looking backwards. Slow. And then you tag. Luckily you cross in front of Jude, but you pass what, 1 boat length behind Joshua for no reason. So the mistake is right here, being so far away from Josh. And the mistake from Cayman, if we continue watching Cayman race, look where he started. He's not over, but he's all the way on the back, and right now he's the last one. Yeah, okay. Let's not even talk about you pointing downwind. And let's make another one of these great things. Loser. Who is a loser? The boat that points down without opening his sail. Okay, so Matthew, Eliza, MJ over the line because of being on the death triangle. Craig slow because of not controlling his room to leeward. Cayman slow because sailing to leeward without any reason. Look where he was. He was next to Craig, and now he's there. Look at the room that is in between you and Joshua, Craig. Yeah. Eliza, Sienna, Katie, Jude. You think that the committee is busy? Look at the committee right now. Empty. So if you guys here are not having a good position, and you will have to tag, Sienna especially, tag as soon as you can. You should have tagged and go to the committee here, because there's no exit there. There's no way you're gonna find a good spot if you sail behind these boats. This is a no-go zone. Look how covered it is. Why are you sailing into this area when you have the chance of tucking and putting yourself right here? Yeah. How do you know that this will happen? Because of the current. Okay, and this is not the first start, so you should be able to know this. The same with Katie, the same with Jude over here. Yeah. Sail into the clear area as fast as you realize that you are not into the nice spot. Okay.